Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Minecraft with Niceberg. We are here hovering over the top of our base as we begin this episode because I have been working with our villagers and I have completely rearranged our library level. So after the gold farm last episode, I was able to get everybody healed up that I had and decided that I needed to get them protected a little bit differently, and this is what I settled on. Now, they're obviously able to still to be gotten to by little baddies and everything, but the lighting on this level is much better than it was prior to the last episode, and once I get enough bookcases and get all of our villagers in, we'll have tons of space and light over on this side as well. And of course, I went ahead and lit up the top two levels, and so that'll keep us from having anybody just kind of drop down and walk over there or anything like that. So I think our villagers are actually safe now. But if not, we got plenty of potions, and now we've got a beautiful gold farm that will let us heal them up anytime that we need to. So let me know what you think about the design here. We're going to be able to fit 24 villagers on each side. So down here then we'll have another row of 12, all within our bookcases and everything. And I'm not totally settled on this design yet. It's very busy, so I might pop a couple of bookcases out and replace them with something a little bit different. But I kind of like this overhead arch thing, and when you fly by it from the outside, I think it looks okay as well. I want that, like, you can see the stacks kind of feel right from the outside, and so when you fly by, you know, we'll be able to see people in there, but when you kind of see it from the outside, it looks like you're just seeing rows and rows and rows and rows of books, and that's kind of what I'm wanting in there. So I think that's going to be cool. And then on the other side, we've got another 24. So on each side, we'll have 24 villagers. That should give us all of the enchanted books that we need, plus a couple of extras. And so that will be these two sides. And I do plan on also doing something here as well, and we'll put in more librarians. But this side is going to be like an emerald farm, basically. And so we're going to take advantage of the librarian glass pane trade and the cartographer, or I'm sorry, it's the librarian glass trade and then the cartographer's glass pane trade. And so we're going to set up a little thing over here with you know, again, probably 12 cartographers and 12 librarians of whatever we want. So that we can create sort of like an emerald farm over here on this side. But again, that'll give us all three sides of bookcases again, and we'll still need to figure out what we're going to do with that side over there. But that's the current plan, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to kind of put our villager, or our villager breeder, oh my goodness. It's going to kind of put a storage system on hold for a little bit until we can kind of get this stuff cleaned up and cleared up, because I really want to get a project done. I'd like to get something kind of complete. And so I don't know that I'm really going to complete this project before we get started on the storage system, but what I do know is I need to get some more infrastructure in place so that we can get this project done. So let's chat real quickly about our biggest holdup to finishing our villager level of the base. As of right now, our villager breeder and our zombification center down below is our biggest holdup to finishing that level of our base. And so there are two things that are holding us up. One, I don't have enough carrot production to really get these guys breeding on a regular basis, which is a problem. And number two, we've got one spot down here where we can cure villagers and, you know, heal them up and all that kind of stuff. So every villager is taking quite a bit of time to go through that process because it's one at a time. So I'm thinking about redesigning the underside of this so that I can add a little zombification center down there, and so I've redesigned the bookshelves in order to potentially, hopefully, manage that as well. But so that's what I'm thinking there. It does not fix our carrot problem though. And so I think what I'd like to do in this episode is go ahead and add some carrot production, and that is going to happen over here in the base as well. I kind of had the idea that the bottom levels here would sort of be reserved for farms and things like that. So down here, we're going to end up putting in a carrot farm, probably on this side, potato farm maybe on the other side, and I would also like to do a wheat farm down here. So that's going to be the major project for today in the episode here, is getting our farming done and getting that in place. And that's going to take a little bit of time because this space here, wide open. I am okay filling that in because the whole like being able to look down on our mob farm thing didn't work out. So I'm going to be totally okay filling some of that in and making our farms work here. It's going to be just fine. So that's going to be the first major project, is designing and putting in the farms underneath our base. I also just want to point out, I love these mangrove trapdoors and putting them around sea lanterns like that. I used it up here in the library as well, and I hope I don't start to overuse it, but I think that looks really cool. I think it looks really good. Oh, hey, another thing that I'm gonna have to do is figure out what I'm gonna do right up here, because this is not groovy. If you kind of fly up here, and it's gonna be the same on the other two sides, right? Like, you catch the top side of all this. So I'm gonna have to redesign this a little bit, but that's okay. Again, something more to work on. So I'm gonna sleep, and then we'll get started on the farms. And there we have our greenhouses on the sides of our building. You can see in there, let's get away so those skeletons despawn, and then we'll bounce back over just real quickly. You can see out there the greenhouses we've got. In the backside here, some beehives and things, and then crop fields, and then flowers, so that the bees will fly over the flowers, you know, fertilize all the crops, all that kind of stuff. What we are missing on this side is some villagers. So if we go to the other side, I've got this side all dolled up and ready to go, and there are quite a few more bees on this side as well. But you can see that all the bees are moving across. We've got a villager back there where they will toss the carrots to him over there. And here is our farmer on this side. And then over on the other side, we've got another farmer, or at least we should. Yep, there he is, with the guy to toss carrots to in there. And if we go down below, and this is the part that we'll need to continue to work on as we go here. For now, what we've got are carrots in 2 barrels there. I'm noticing over here, you'll notice that we got a minecart with Hopper and a regular minecart running over there. And that is because I had a problem with one of my villagers. So I'm having some problems getting villagers into the other side. And I shouldn't say problems. I've tried to move one, and it did not go as planned. And so we'll need to move some more. How did this guy get out here? Berg. Okay, well, here's what's going to happen. Dink, dink. Go in, friendo. Bing, bing, bonk, 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 bonk. Okay, there we go. Beautiful. So he's now stuck in there. So yeah, we've got bees on both sides, and again, these bees, they're not populated as much as they should be. So anyway, I had one villager in here. Things kind of went haywire, and well, now I need to go ahead and get in here and take care of the minecart. Got it. There we go. And again, these are just running right down here into a barrel for now until we get something different happening. And again, I have some thoughts there, but I'm going to need some time to make some plans on those. And time is not what I've got right now, as evidenced by how long it's taking me to actually produce this content right now. So yeah, anyway, it'll take me a little bit, but I'll get it figured out. Get in there, friendo. Go ahead. There we go. All right, good. Another bee in there. That's excellent. I had several escape during the construction, so that'll happen. That's okay. This side should be producing honey bottles, but I am having a problem with my honey bottle producer over here. and I can show you what that is in just a second. The other side is producing honeycomb, and so again we've got a barrel on each side right now, and we're getting lots and lots of honeycomb. So let me show you the problem over here real quick. So you can see that I've got 3 beehives already ready here, and we've got we've got empty bottles in here. In fact, I don't even know why this one didn't go. So when these fire, every now and then I don't get a honey bottle, or the honey bottle pops back in as opposed to coming down here into the barrel. So I think what's happening is it's randomly choosing the honey bottle, and when it fires the honey bottle, then it doesn't do anything, and I've still got redstone lit up back there, and so it doesn't continue to fire. So if anybody has a solution to this, please let me know, because the only solution that I can find is A, go ahead and harvest these by hand, which they get really mad when you do that without the campfires underneath, right? Or go and reset the redstone every time, and that's just not, neither one of those is really that's not the point of that's not the purpose of why I built this the way that I built it, right? I wanted it to be automated. And so anyway, if you've got some suggestions on that, let me know. I don't know what's going on. I messed around with it for a while and didn't come up with anything. Tried to find something online and nothing addressed that. But so yeah, give me a holler. Let me know if you've got something that'll identify something there. Now you can see down here around the base, I've started to play with the landscaping a little bit, and I can't get this the way that I want it. I'm not super happy right now, but I've got some thoughts on the landscaping, and I think that this is going to take me a while to do, because I want some things to look kind of organic around here as well, and not just diorite wall. Ugh, that's rough anyway. But I've started to kind of try and mess with it and think about it. My initial thought was to not have a greenhouse, but to have just sort of an open space down here. But then I don't get the fertilizer of the bees and all that kind of stuff. And so I decided to go ahead and enclose them in those closed spaces. So I'm going to continue to work on the landscaping all around this build and see what we can do. But I also need to work on the top. So this is only about halfway done, and I do need to think about going ahead and building up the rest of this so we can get this base done and then kind of get a sense of how the landscaping is going to go around it. So in order to do that, I need to do 2 things, and I'm going to work on those things between episodes here. One of those things is I need quartz for the top half of this build. I need glass and quartz, so I need to build those stores up. And in order to get my quartz stores up, I'm not going to go mining for it. I'm going to go ahead and produce some villagers down here on this side, and maybe a few on this side as well, and get them trading quartz and also trading emeralds. So this guy down here is my first beginning at an emerald trader, and you can see that we're down to 5 glass panes for an emerald, and I've got some glass trades over there, and I'm going to continue getting our villagers built up over here. So we're going to do that. The other thing that's going to have to happen in here is I'm going to have to rethink the staircase and what's going on here for a couple of reasons. One is I need a way to get to the other levels, and don't have it right now, and I think that something in the middle here would be good for that, especially because we're not going to be able to actually, like, this thing to see down into the mob farm doesn't really work the way I wanted it to. So we're going to rethink that, this space in here between episodes. I'm also continuing to get these villagers morphed into zombie villagers, not of my choosing, right? Like, it's happening at night and things, so they're not protected well enough. So I need to close off that staircase as well and kind of create a different way for us to get into this space. And I think I've got an idea for that. I just hope that there's enough space in here to do everything that I want to do. So, also on the list of things that need to get redone, the iron farm over here is, working very, very slowly. So I've used a lot of the iron, and I think it must just be just out of like render distance over here or something, because it's not producing iron very quickly. So I need to fix that. But this has an inherent problem anyway, and as I've been playing, I'm regularly getting iron golems spawning outside. I don't know if y'all know this, but with the last update, or one of the last updates, whatever, iron golems now spawn on leaves. So all of this spawn proofing I did around this doesn't work anymore. So we are going to move the iron farm just a little bit closer to the base over here. I have an idea for what that's going to look like and how I'm going to build that. So I'm looking forward to that build as well. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I may put it. Oh, I'm gonna have to think about this. The iron farm may end up back over in this direction, and you will probably find out why that might happen in a future episode. So I'm gonna have to play around with that a little bit in a creative world and decide what we want to do. But I think that's where we're going to leave it for today and this episode. Thanks for being patient. I know I don't feel like I got a whole lot done in this episode. I think just basically, I mean, I'm not even done with the greenhouses, right? Because I don't have the villagers in there and things like that. But I am getting back to playing a little bit more here and doing things. Let me know what you think about the progress here. And if you've got any ideas, again, about that honey farm, that honey bottle farm, leave a comment below what's going on there, and give me some ideas on how to fix that, because that's super annoying. Until next time, this is Niceberg saying thank you very much for hanging out, and I will see ya.